You are on to another interesting edition of Business and Economy, where we make critical analysis that can improve your business horizon. I am Ile Emeje, your host. Most developing countries in the world, including Nigeria, are faced with the challenge of capital flight. This is severe in nations where domestic investment has been terribly affected. The continuous and persistent build-up of capital flight exerts a negative cumulative effect on domestic investment over time. The major reason for capital flight in developing countries, including our country, Nigeria, is as a result of low industrialization and lack of expertise. In recent time, the medical tourism has led to depletion of natural resources, as medical facilities of these countries have lost its best brain to brain drain. The question now in the minds of many people across countries is what should be done to reverse the tide in order to pay serious attention to the local economy, particularly to have homegrown medical facilities. Today on the program, Dr. Ben Amodu is our guest, joining us after the business news to discuss local production as a means to reducing capital flight and enhancing the value of the naira, as well as creating more employment opportunities and improve the nation's gross domestic products, GDP. We'll be right back. Speaking with ASO Television and Radio Services during a market survey at the popular Utako Ultramodern Market in the city center, traders and consumers pointed at the economic downturn as the major cause of the prevailing high prices, while calling for more support of the government.
I think one of the reasons is that fuel scarcity and the high price of the foods, the feed of the chicken. The price now is higher than last year. Yes, I think those are the reasons.
The prices of things, they are highly escalated. The prices we bought last year is quite different from what we are seeing this year. The reason is, well, I don't know, probably when there is any celebration, you see the prices of things go up. I don't know, maybe they may still come down.
It's very, very, very expensive. As you can see now, just bought tomatoes now that I used to buy like 1.5. I bought it for like 4,000 naira just now. You can see that the prices are very, very high. Things like pepper that used to be around 1,000, 1,200, it's around 2,000 naira, 3,000 naira now. So even meat, if you go to where I bought meat now, bought chicken, very, very expensive. Like 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira difference, per all those things. They are very, very expensive now.
This year stuff is too expensive. Like now, if I want to buy ugu, before ugu is 500 naira per bunch. But right now, ugu you can buy it 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira per bunch. That is it. Things are very, very expensive every year and year. Even though we go to market to buy it, to take like 10,000 or 15,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 to go to market to buy food stuff, you will see that the money will not reach us to buy things. The price is too expensive. But I'm just praying that God should help, so everything will be okay in this Nigeria.
While reiterating on the significance of the ram in the celebration of the Eid el-Kabir, some marketers at the Dutse Kubwa Ram market give their opinion on the situation, stressing the need for coexistence across religion as a function of nation building.
Yes, as last year, this type of ram could go for, at peak period of the market, could go for like 60, 65. But now, at peak period, you can get this between 80 to 90. So that's the range.
Because of nature of the country nowadays, security challenges. Before we are selling something like this ram, 70,000, we are gaining more than nowadays where we are selling 150 and 60. Because it's only 3 to 4 states that you can enter comfortable and buy your ram.
Irrespective of the situation, they expressed optimism on a hitch-free celebration.
And nowadays, people and our friends, our brothers, that where we can meet and hug ourselves. Nowadays, no way, because of politicians and the ignorance. People that not understand the two religions, especially me, I cannot kill Christian. What Christian I did for me that I can kill him? I don't know. And I don't know the reason why Christian can kill Muslim.
My wish to them is they should manage what they have and cut their coat according to their size by not going extra mile to do, anything bad to get what to eat and all. So they should try and, bring themselves down and manage whatever they have. As we go on, we'll say that God will help us to, make everything possible, for the economy, to be a little bit favorable.
My wish to people that are celebrating Salah is that God should abide with them and that they should be peaceful celebration.
I wish our Muslim brothers all the best. May God bring peace into our country, that may we live peacefully, and as they celebrate the Ramadan period, may the Almighty Allah touch everyone and bring peace onto this country.
My wish is that let's all celebrate this Salah peacefully. Let it be peaceful. Let it be peaceful.
According to them, caring for one another is critical to the unity that can foster better relationship for further growth and development of the nation. Ile Emeje. So glad to have you join us again on this edition of Business and Economy. And as Nigerians join their counterparts across the globe to celebrate the Eid al-Kabir, we say Happy Salah to all our Muslim faithful, even as we pray for a more united Nigeria where businesses can thrive. As I mentioned earlier, our focus is on how to revamp our local economy through the reduction of medical tourism. And the guest is Dr. Ben Amodu. Doctor, you are welcome to the program, and Happy Salah to you too.
Thank you, and fellow Nigerians, Happy Salah.
All right. Doctor, virtually all leaders in the developing countries embark on medical tourism, and so much money is lost to capital flight as a result of medical tourism. Why is it so?
Well, medical tourism, in very simple balance, is just what you cannot obtain around your own country, you go elsewhere where they have the expertise. Yeah. What do people mostly go out for medical tourism? I can recall about 2-3 years ago, the wife of the president of Zimbabwe traveled to the Far East to have her kidney stone removed through an operative procedure. This is what we do here with a combo of our herbs.
Alternative therapy?
Yes. All she needs to do is to come and lodge in Nikon Noga here, and we supply the therapy. She uses it with plenty water, and the thing is gone, even without any procedure of using any knife or whatever on her. And she will just piece out the kidney stone. Piece it out. You understand? If only our media houses are advocating and saying these things out for the people that need these services to be aware. Once they are aware, they will go for solution, especially where operative procedures are not involved. Because operation, there's no small operation, there's no big operation. All operations are laced with death. There could be negligence, there could be any kind of things. There could be, might be as God wants it. Any little operation, there's no small operation. Death is there. What else? That is kidney stone, I've just told you, as simple as kidney stone.
What else do people
What
travel
else?
for?
Even eye. Eye is one of the most important this thing in human system. People are very, very sensitive for eye operation. So they may want to go abroad because their thinking is it is better done there for glaucoma and cataract, which can also be resolved now within a few months.
Without surgery?
Surgery. We will bring people for this. We will pay you. We will pay your station for the advert.
Come and pay
when
for
the time
commercial.
comes, we will bring them here and they will say it from their mouth. Res ipsa loquitur. The thing will speak for itself. Those who underwent this will say it by their mouth. That is another area, cataract, glaucoma, and kidney stone I've mentioned. Other ones are enlarged heart. When the heart is enlarged, the operation is $40,000. Complicated open heart surgery. Recall how the chairman of Punch died 2 years ago, was taken to a hospital, and by the time they put knife, he gave up the ghost. That is a large heart. Asthma, they give aminophylline to stabilize. And as I always say, I sit in my parlor, I see the number of tourists, medical tourists, that comes to the synagogue of God for treatment of asthma. They carry boxes here at the back, and they ask questions. What are all these? Say, no, I have asthma. These are medical devices for the treatment of the asthma, which our combo alternative can eliminate in no time, without any issues, without all those nebulizers, Ventolin inhaler, and what have you. And these things were taken from my lab to the US, analyzed in the State University of Texas. And the records are there, and they are reported and published in an international journal. What is another one? Another one is Parkinson, shaking of the hand, and tremor as a result of some neurological changes in the human system, which can also be by way of hormonal imbalance, can be corrected, and the Parkinson goes forever. With all these ones, we have published documentation as far back as 2021. This is not just speaking with both sides of my mouth. These are international reputable journals, journals of very high impact. What else? Issues of sickle cell, anemia, which, as you know, we use for the first time in the world. We now have a blood substitute, which, if you're on it, your blood does not go low. A dialysis patient, once he's on this product, will go into dialysis, come out of dialysis with his or her blood level remaining normal. You know, when dialysis patients lose a lot of blood, they come out of it, they are as if they want to die. They are just, all my patients who are on this blood substitute don't undergo that. And then the treatment of sickle cell, which varies up to 10 months, depending on individual body. Some people's own goes faster than the other, but the important thing is as they start and they are on this blood substitute, they do not undergo all these issues. Other things are cancer of the leg and unhealed also of the leg for a diabetic patient. What do? The thing is to amputate the leg. For the first time in the world, we now have a combo that will heal that leg ulcer.
Heal, when you say heal, completely gone?
Completely healed. There's a chairman of Ajokuta local government who came to buy for his own chief, whose leg was to be amputated. It's on the social media. Those who follow me on my Facebook is there. That they stopped the amputation, the thing healed, and the man was discharged. But the important thing is, once you have those things, you start the treatment early. I haven't said all this. For the first time, cancer treatment. Lung cancer. We had a patient in the US who had lung cancer. He was not responding to any treatment. They came, bought from me, and I told them, please, you must use this for the 4 months. Don't think because it's from Africa, it works. As a matter of fact, Texas had said this thing has 90% cure rate in lung cancer. And the woman, Madam Sharon, says, yes, I will use it for that 4 months. After 4 months, she went and did a test, and the doctor said, from my scan, Madam Sharon, I cannot see any cancer cells anymore in your lungs. It's on the internet. So these are things that takes people out. For the first time, we have gotten them. Those things that made people to come to UI in the past, where we had the competence, where we had been the first medical institution in Nigeria that was doing very well, we have those ones now in an alternative method, which is approved by the World Health Organization. The use of herbal, the use of supplements. The products I do come from food we eat. They are not from They are not from foreign plants in the bush and all that. We just make use of their phytochemicals. Let me shock you. Onions.
Onions
Onion is a fantastic antibiotic for cure for several diseases. Onions that you look down, some people don't even eat it and all that.
So we should go and buy bags of onions now and be eating them?
Of course, they are very, very effective. Their phytochemicals are very, very effective, and I'm using it to cure several illnesses as I stand on this program. So those things that can bring back the glory back to Nigeria is what I and my many, many colleagues are doing. I'm not the only one. We have many, many colleagues that are doing this work in an area where modern medicine cannot go in, or in an area where, in cooperation with modern medicine, we'll be able to take care of this medical tourism, because it's the highest area taking money out of our system. My friend in the US takes up to 10 people come in chartered flights every month to the US for an enlarged heart treatment.
Why concentrating on US and other countries? Why we are in Nigeria here?
Well, they are thinking is we don't have the solution. And this is why the television station should help us. Because Nigeria is a giant in the world. And that part of giantry is part of the work we are doing, and other people are doing in other areas. Let's showcase it and then recover our country, grow our GDP, be respected in the Committee of Nations.
Okay, one major problem that many people have is the problem of the proof of these alternative drugs. How can we believe that alternative drugs are as effective as you are emphasizing?
It's not an issue. We are going to start a program with you, and we'll build into your content, if you don't mind. Bring the people we are treating here, and let them speak from their own mouths. I can recall, Mama, 90 years old, had stroke. She was in coma. She went for treatment. Within the hospital, she got COVID, and she was on admission. And the son came looking one kind, and somebody saw him. What's the problem? No, my mother is dying of COVID. COVID? You don't need to be stressful. Go and see Ben Amadu in Apo. And he came, agitated. And I said, well, this is for COVID. Since you say there is stroke and coma, we put this one and this. It takes care of stroke and coma. But in 5 days, you are likely to have Mama back home.
5 days?
Yes. And what happened? In 5 days, Mama was tested negative to COVID, discharged. The coma had gone. The stroke, there is nowhere in the world stroke can be easily reversed and stay in this station to say this today. But to the glory of God, we can reverse stroke. Stroke due to, one, unknown origin. Stroke due to high blood pressure. Stroke due to high blood sugar or high cholesterol. These are 4 categories of stroke. They can be reversed to the glory of God, whereby a hanging hand, a hanging leg will become functional. And the man that is wobbling in walking, walks straight without even holding anything. I treated a senior officer now who was waving like this on bed in one of the highbrow hospitals in Gwagwalada. And he now walks straight. He went to see his mates who are on admission for stroke. And they say, what happened, Tunde? Tunde say, I've cured myself. If you want, I can take you there. He walks straight now. And as a result of that, I've gotten a lot of patients. But we need to say this, let people be aware. Because WHO has approved the use of these alternative therapies. And our own is supplement coming from food we eat. Coming from food we eat. And for the first time, we now have prevention for diabetes. Those who come from family where their mother, father, and siblings have diabetes, we have.
Generic.
We also have that for cancer.
Prevention?
Prevention.
Doctor, this is very hard to believe.
It's okay. We will prove it beyond reasonable doubt. Did I not mention we can cure and prevent COVID? Did people not talk with both sides of their mouth? Today, those reports they are seeing that are flying, they are real, because we have the telephone numbers of the people we cured, and they can be contacted. Otherwise, I'm a lawyer. I won't talk with both sides of my mouth of what I don't know.
All right. Doctor, if what you are saying is correct and it is true, how come we lose a lot of monies, large sums of foreign currencies to capital flights year in, year out?
I will shock you now. There's a journalist who had kidney end disease. He was to raise 10 million naira to go to India, recommended by a hospital here in Abuja for treatment. He got to hear about me. He came, and I have handled him, and he's okay now. When last he went to the hospital and the doctor saw him, say, George, are you the one? You have not gone to India and you are not dead? They had to do an emergency session on him in the hospital. And George said, I'm the one, I'm alive. I have been treated and I'm okay. I don't need to go to India anymore. And that is what is taking 17 million out of one patient. Multiply this to see it. Well, viewers, I am into communicable and non-communicable diseases. This is my area of specialization. In the non-communicable diseases, which accounts for #1 cause of death in the world, they are high blood pressure, diabetic, stroke, cancer, chronic kidney disease, asthma, arthritis, and ulcer. These are the gamut of diseases in this area.
I'm sure you know you're going to pay for commercial.
Yes, I will pay. Okay. To God be the glory. We have been able, in our 37 years of research, far-reaching results that would enhance the level of Nigeria's alternative medical practice to the highest level in the world.
Okay. In the 1970s, report had it that notable leaders like King Fahd of Saudi Arabia patronized the University College Hospital Ibadan in Nigeria. But this cannot be said as of now or of the moment. What happened, Doctor?
Well, part of it could be the level of equipment, the level of attention paid to them as at that time was quite high and all that. With time, there are new equipments coming out, the issues of negligence, the issues of capital flight, not only for money going out, also for brain drain, that those best doctors are no longer around and all that. You understand? And they have not been able to train people to also replace them as at the competencies of those years. And that is what I'm telling you, that with the alternative therapy going to places, all these things I'm saying, even for Parkinson's disease, it has been peer-reviewed and published as far back as 2021. Published by a high-impact journal in the world, Medical and Dental. #2, our cure for the leg ulcer has also been peer-reviewed and published. So I don't speak with both sides of my mouth. I'm backed up by peer-reviewed journals. As far back as May 2020, we have published our combinations that cures and prevents COVID. We have published. So it's not a matter of just talking. It's published. And these are the best method to go in the best practices in drug discovery. And for herbal, it's not as stringent as the synthetic medicine. Very straightforward procedures. All we need to do now is a clinical trial. Once NAFDAC gives us go ahead with the MREC for clinical trial, we do the clinical trial.
Yeah. Although a lot of people seem to find solace in alternative therapy across nations of the world, even in Nigeria here. We can see that from the increase in various supplements from around the world. What is your opinion on this?
That is the aspect that...
And now, especially, before you answer it, especially now that you're telling us that there are preventive medicine that people can take, maybe in form of tea or whatever that people can take. What are you and your colleagues in this industry, what are you doing? One, for the Enlightenment campaign, to partner with the government in order to, not just to look at the health aspect, but also to look at the economical aspect of it.
We need to do this frequently. people need to be aware. People need to know. Some of these things they are not aware. And that is why partnering with people like you with this station is very important for the frequency, so that people are aware of new discoveries. You understand? I cannot keep some of these discoveries to myself. For instance, when someone saw our published article on Parkinson's disease that has been peer-reviewed, has been approved, and that is the major reason why even the VC of the University of Abuja, with his council members, were able to employ me as director, Institute of Natural Medicine, where I have been given a letter of appointment to say, teach this new aspect to the entire world using WHO guidelines. WHO has to go to the 7 continents of the world to find out what do people use when they are sick. And they found out that 85%, over 80% of the world population use their folklore medicines. And China, India, Egypt, and other countries of the world have taken advantage of this and developed their own. And as usual, Nigeria went to sleep. But a few of us have started, and we are picking up, and our products are doing very well. The important thing is for government we should cooperate with the regulating agencies, to cooperate and don't to overgive stringent requirements, over stringent. They should give their requirement, not over, so that these things can be subjected to the basic principles that are required in such approval. And for me, we should close our eyes blindly to all submissions. If you can cure COVID, bring all the products that can cure COVID. Analyze them blindly. Whoever comes best, select it, so that we can face the world.
Okay.
Not because I'm from your place and I will go and write something and then you pretend as if you don't see it and then you mislead the public.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Let's look at the issue of negligence on the part of doctors, and then we relate it to orthodox medicine and its effect, adverse effect that it may have on so many people. And I see that as a major problem or fear experienced or witnessed by some wealthy people in Nigeria and in other developing countries to travel abroad, where they feel that enough adequate care will be given to them. What can you say on our doctors that are negligent?
No, the negligence, I think I have even answered it. In all spheres, in all aspects of life, negligence can come in. It's an error that humans live with. And it's not only here. It can also be abroad and elsewhere that people can become negligent with what they do. It's not just doctors. And I think as time goes on, they learn from whatever mistakes that have occurred in those areas, and they try to overcome them. So we will not blow it out. Negligence is an international issue. It can occur with any profession, even pilots and what have you. And I think as they listen to the program, they will also talk to themselves. When you deal with your fellow human beings, they need to be very, very, very careful so that at the end of the day, you achieve what you are supposed to achieve. But more importantly, there are changes all over the world in terms of, and I always like to refer to Ukraine and the Moscow war. There are certain things learned by the Ukrainians that are known to them, not known to Moscow and not known to other parts of the world. So it's good to take advantage. You try to, when you do economics, economics is when you have cost implications here and there, you compare it with where you have a kind of an overwhelming advantage. You try to shore up that area. So that's why we are saying, shore up the area of alternative medicine.
As comparative advantage.
Principle of comparative advantage,
Yeah.
where Nigeria clearly has comparative advantage with all the political parties. I have not even heard anybody talk about areas of herbal medicine, area of supplements, how they can grow the GDP by giving support to that area, which is a huge area.
Are you sure?
By the year 2025, the projections for herbal medicine business and supplements in the world, according to the US, is $5 trillion, madam. $5 trillion.
Wow.
And Nigeria, with all what I have said, comparative advantages we have in terms of treatment for heart enlargement, asthma, arthritis, ulcer, the almighty ulcer, can now be resolved using local alternative. I have somebody cured of H. pylori, the almighty H. pylori, Zantac, Flagyl. Ulcer now, the causative agent of ulcer is H. pylori, being resolved quietly without any complications of taking Zantac, Flagyl, Amoxil, Ampiclos. After 2 weeks, it's down. You have relief. It goes up. This is how it goes. But we take all that to rest without those issues.
Okay, let's take a short break now. When we come back, you are going to tell us if we are likely to also experience adverse effect of alternative therapy. That will be after the break. We'll take a break now and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Telephone.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we will realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite. This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television Star Times Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, and UHF Channel 38.
In case you just joined us, we are taking a look at how to reduce capital flight through the improvement of local production and the reduction of medical tourism in Nigeria. The analyst has been Dr. Ben Amodu. Doctor, before we went on the break, we asked a question, and the question is, are we likely to have adverse effects on alternative therapy, just the same way some persons have gone through that experience in orthodox medicine?
Well, this is a very good question. I don't know the amount of sugar cane, amount of tomatoes, amount of mangoes, amount of soya beans, amount of sweet potatoes that you will eat that will lead to any issues.
Okay.
And typically, I have a patient, a lady who was on chemotherapy for her breast. All her
Sorry, can you allow me to display our number for those,
yes,
for those of us that are out there and you want to find out, to make an inquiry, or you want to join us in the discussion with Dr. Ben Amodu on this edition? The number to call us is 0905 7408 127. The number again to call is 0905 7408 127. You can call us now.
As for the side effects, I'm treating a lady who has cancer, who has undergone chemotherapy. All her hair is gone, and other side effects. To God be the glory. She sent me a text message that commencing my products, all the side effects of the chemotherapy got removed. Ours doesn't have side effects, and ours have the capacity to remove the side effects.
All right, there's a call. Hello? Yeah. Hello, good morning. Hello? Please,
From
can you
the
tell
America, I
us
want
your
to
name,
ask.
where you are calling from, and your contribution or your inquiry?
I'm calling from Abuja.
Please, what is the name?
My name is Brother Ben.
Sorry?
Yes.
Opera?
Brother Benjamin. So, I
Okay,
want
what's
to
the
ask
question, please?
something. Huh?
What is your question, sir?
My question is about potato and what do you call it? All the sugaring something. Sugar cane. What again? All the sweet fruits and food. Can somebody that have used to have high sugar take it?
Okay, his question is about diabetes. I think for diabetes patient, whether they can take all
Yes,
these
yes,
sugary products.
Well, these are fructose. These are organic sugar. They are not chemicalized sugar. To some extent, there are some that are allowed. There are some that are not allowed. Because in my lab, some of these have been processed further to be used to treat and manage diabetes. When you come, we'll go into the details of that. For instance, apple, the red apple and the green apple, we use it to manage diabetes, yet they are sweet. So please, you can reach me later for some further details. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You were trying to look at the adverse effect, if there is any, in alternative therapy.
Alternative medicine, although there's nothing that doesn't have side effects, but to some limits of science, we don't have, and we have not recorded any side effects other than the body's immune system.
Okay, there is another call, please. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, please, you can do well to call us back. Sorry, you can continue.
So, what was the question
We're
again?
looking at whether there are adverse effects
No,
on
there are
alternative.
there are no adverse effects, but as I said, with everything, there could be side effects, even for common water and all that. Once they are used within the limitations of the therapeutics, within the limitation of the prescriptions, we have hardly recorded any side effect, other than the body system has a way of adjusting. Even though these are food supplements, it has a way of adjusting and get used to it when it's first introduced into the body. Some people have it, some people don't have it. So that is not any serious side effects. Whereas in the chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and what have you, there are serious side effects, which my own product resolves. That is the side effects of the modern medicine used in the management of cancer.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning. Hello? We are so sorry we lost that call. You can try to call us again.
So, as for the side effects, our own products manages the side effects of other drugs. And I give you another example. There are people, men folk, they have a lot of issues as we age. The ability to meet their wives and deliver marriage dividends gets weighing down. This is due to a number of them are on diabetic medication, they are on hypertensive medication, and these medications have far-reaching effects on the sexual organs to the extent that most of them cannot perform.
Orthodox-wise, right?
Yes, that's side effect. Whereas our own combo that are used to treat this reverse them to the extent that if you start the medication same day, you notice improvement in this area that same day.
Okay, let's take this question. As part of efforts to support local production, the federal government of Nigeria has injected some amount of money through its intervention programs on research and development of local production. As one in the industry, what is the extent of progress recorded so far?
Well, a lot of billions have been spent there, and I think I commend this federal government for doing that. But the only thing we plead for the level of expertise we have not been remembered.
Okay.
We
All
have
right.
not been remembered.
All right, please. Let's take this call again. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, please, my name is Christian.
Christian?
My own question, yes.
Okay, well, you're calling us from where, please? Okay.
I'm calling from Guarempa.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, my question is on sickle cell for Dr. Amodu. He talked about earlier on
sickle cell.
Okay.
On sickle cell, how does the FISO distinct manage sickle cell anemia? Because we have a lot of them in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your interest. If you are a regular watcher of AIT, I appear on AIT every Friday between 8:30 to 9 in the morning on Kakaki.
Talk about.
And we have been serializing our principle for the management. Well, people don't want to hear cure. For the management of sickle cell. In sickle cell, the greatest problem is the sickled red blood cells. The hemoglobin is in a half moon shape. That blocks passage of food, passage of blood, and entrance into the various tissues of the body, thereby leading to a very serious pain syndrome, necrosis, and what have you. What we are doing with that blood tonic I spoke about, which is a blood substitute, the first of its kind in the world, once you are on it, the level of attack of sickle cell reduces. It also contains Sabmal. Sabmal is a product that is recorded in the Indian Journal of Medical Research, a 157-year-old journal, discovered by me, published in that journal. What does it do? It has 97% effectiveness against P. falciparum, which is the causative agent of malaria. The curative effect is 97%. The vaccine effect is 70%. And this has been tested in the lab in NIPRID here, presented at the UN. And that is the same combination we are using to cure and manage COVID. So once this combo are used for a sickle cell patient, the red sickle cell hemoglobin continues to decrease, and the good one continues to build up. Like a lady I'm treating, 2 of the children. One was very fast. The PCV is 34. Sickle cells PCV are usually 17, 18. The other child who is not catching up with the other one, she reported to me only last week that one too has gone to 30, 34. No sickle cell patient has this. The only thing I beg parents is God is the one that cures. You should allow your patient within that 10 months. Some could get cured faster, others could lag behind, which is in line with science. That some are faster than the other. That is the body builder, the body system. With time, the PCV levels up and the genotype changes from SS to AS or to AA, as the case may be. And I have a number of such cures which are on the internet. And I have not seen anybody anywhere in the world who has come up with such a presentation as I have done.
All right, doctor. Because of our time, in case you have further question or inquiry, you can come up to ASO Television and Radio Services for more inquiry, and we direct you accordingly. Doctor, as we round off, what do you think the government can do? Just in a few seconds.
Well, for government, we have been calling for partnership. We can partner with my department in the office of the Vice Chancellor, University of Abuja, create a center so that we can handle people, so that people can come from all over the world, so that we can reenact what UI was doing in those days, especially in this area of specialization that we don't have competitors. Heart enlargement, and unhealed ulcer of the leg, sickle cell diseases, and other areas.
And so that we can also improve the general economy where businesses will strive. That is the size of our package today. We have been speaking with Dr. Ben Amodu, the Director, Institute of the Rural Medicine, Institute of Natural Medicine, University of Abuja. Doctor, we sincerely thank you for coming on today's edition of the program.
It's my pleasure, and Berka de Sala again to the generality of Nigerians.
And to you out there, our esteemed viewers and listeners, we appreciate your time with us on the program for today. Once again, happy Salah to every one of us.